Betting.
We are live. Episode 71, Season 3. I am your co-host, Pisky, and I am joined, as always, by the one and only Godfather. Where are you? This is recording. We are officially live, and oh my god. With the grand entrance. Look at this. Wow.
Is that how you show up for work? Is that how you show up for work?
You look good. Holy shit. I told the Godfather to be ready. What is that? The Real Madrid coffee cup you got going there?
You're starting off right where you left.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after, we just looked it up, a 4-month hiatus, was it, Godfather?
Yep, June 20th.
June 20th was our last episode. Obviously, we're going to talk about that, why it's taken us so long to get back here. But here we are, in front of the cameras for the first time. Are you nervous? I'm pretty nervous. Can you tell that I'm a little nervous?
This is a fucking terrible idea. But anyway, go ahead.
The Godfather's number one question before we hit record was, Pisk, you're putting this on YouTube? Do we have to censor ourselves or anything? Like, what? Can I say certain words? Can I not say? And the answer to that is, dude, I actually have no idea. This is completely new. As you saw with the intro, I got a little bit of a display going. I got the music. I shortened it because we don't want a long intro anymore. And, I don't know. So you guys watching this, you guys listening to this are going to grow with us because we're rusty as hell. And we've never done it on camera before. So...
I'm trying to get myself in a good position here.
Yeah, I don't know. You look uncomfortable, Godfather.
Well, what the fuck?
What the fuck? You know?
The Godfather does his best work in the shadows.
Yeah. So right now, I am actually in a phone booth at WeWork. Godfather's at his compound in northern Toronto. What did you measure it out to be, Godfather? Are you on 10 acres? Was it 10 or was it 8?
Yeah, 10 acres, for sure.
Lighting might be an issue. I don't know. I feel like I'm a lot rosier looking than you are right now. I don't know. This is all new to me. But, okay. Let's get this party started.
Is what you get. So let's go.
It'll get better as time goes on, I promise. So, why did we have such a long break with the Always Betting podcast? Well, at the end of last season, I'm going to be straight with you guys, as I always am. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go. I was kind of fed up with the sports betting industry, and I had enough. I really fell in love with this stuff, the content creation. If you've been following me on TikTok, there's been a lot of changes there as well. Instagram, trying to do my best on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I kind of fell in love with that, and I wanted to continue in that direction. But the betting stuff was annoying me. So I had to take a last-minute trip out to the motherland, Zakynthos, Greece. And when I was out there, I had the opportunity, because I was there alone. The Godfather was blowing me up, asking me to join. How do I get involved with this? But I just needed to go there to figure shit out, and that I did.
Somebody needed me time.
Dude, it's a thing. It's a real thing. Let me tell you. But I was honestly, when I was in Greece, I was considering skipping Bet Bash.
Get out.
I'm telling you, I really was. I really thought that I was done with it. And obviously I didn't, right? I ended up flying back to Toronto at the beginning of August, 2 days before Bet Bash. And what I had in my mind was I am going to treat Bet Bash as my going away party. I'm going to shake hands. I'm going to thank everyone for the memories. And this is going to be my curtain call for the sports betting industry. I want to move in a different direction. And that's what I had in my mind flying down to Vegas. And then I got to Vegas, and there was a couple things that happened at Bet Bash. The first thing, right out of the gate, night number one, I was there with the Full Dog. I was there with our buddy Scotty down in Costa Rica. Shout out to him. And, dude, I'm telling you, I spoke to more people at that opening party at Bar Canada in the D Casino on Fremont Street in night one of Bet Bash than I did the entire event the year prior.
Wow.
And to the point where it was actually getting a little bit freaky, where there were people saying, I love what you're doing online. Do you mind if I get a quick picture with you? And I'm like, what? This Stroms right here? You want a fucking picture of? And
don't let it get to your head, eh?
Well. Let me finish because that wasn't the biggest thing. But yeah, there was an outcry of support for the podcast, for the TikTok account, for Instagram, everything that I've been putting out there. So it immediately changed my way of thinking about everything. And I'm like, fuck, maybe there is something here, and it's hard because when you're putting content out, you don't know. I see numbers on a screen, right? When I see a fucking video has 1,000 views on it, or let's say 100,000 views, it's just a number. I don't think of 100,000 people staring at their device and seeing my stupid mug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, things changed drastically then and there. But the biggest question I got throughout the week actually, it was a week event down in Vegas at Bet Bash, was, where is the Godfather? Where is the Godfather? Pisky, you're great, whatever, TikTok, hee haha. Where is the big man? We want to see the Godfather. So I'm going to leave it to you. Where
was
what?
I? Where what? You make shit up. That's the fucking problem. Where was I? I told you. You don't have a daughter.
No.
I got 3. Okay? And when daughters in 2023 turn 16, you better have your fucking A game. So I was trying to organize and get this 16th birthday weekly festivity off the ground and running. So I couldn't come. I apologize. To Spanky in April.
Everyone asked, and everyone knew about the birthday party, and they're saying that's a shame. But they also said to remind you that it's over now. 16, sweet. There's no such thing as a sweet 17.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
No. It was suggested that there are other milestones coming up, and I said no, there isn't. Not for me, there ain't.
So what did Sophia end up doing? Was it a party bus?
Dude, first of all,
what did it end up costing you?
The party, the party bus was basically a gray coach bus. Could have put 40 people in there. She had 20.
Nice. Good turnout.
Had to fill it up with food. Had to fill my house up with food. Just
not easy being a Godfather, is it?
It's not fucking easy being a Godfather.
No interest in the circus bus? You remember that?
Yeah, sure.
Not the same crowd, I guess.
Not the same crowd, and there's a certain thing called liability. I don't want anything to do with some teenagers in a ball pit. That's for you, not for me. Thank you.
So
but
yes,
it went well. She was happy, but yeah, sacrifices. That's what the Godfather does. Sacrifices.
I'm sure it's very appreciated.
Tolerating people. Don't get me started on what's appreciated and not appreciated. Okay, Okay, let's go. 1 hour. Let's go.
That's another thing. Okay, so last episode we talked a lot about certain changes that we're going to make. One of the big ones that I really want to focus on, and I have a timer. Look, it's right here. Ooh, look at it. Is I want to keep our episodes to an hour tops because I'm not a big podcast person. I really don't watch a lot of podcasts. But if I log in to a YouTube or something like that and I click on my favorite podcast and I see an hour and 52 minutes, that's traumatizing. I don't think I go. I think I back off. I'm like, no, whatever. As much as I love it, I can't handle that long. So we want short episodes, fast and furious, and we are going to try to do them weekly. That's what I discussed with the Godfather. We're going to see how it goes, though. If it starts to annoy us, if we can't do it, if it interferes with what we got going on, then we maybe chop it down to every 2 weeks. But the plan right now is every week. Right?
Yeah, I'm good.
And to elaborate on that ball pit jungle bus thing, that's what we rented after to celebrate our victory against the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation.
Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. Right.
We rented a circus bus that was filled with those balls that you play in at McDonald's, and it was fantastic. We had drinks, we had gummies, we had a steak dinner at the Keg. I invited the Godfather. He declined. He said, I don't want to be part of this bullshit. So you missed out. But anyways, that's the way to do it. I firmly believe, and everyone that attended can attest to it, that the ball pit and the jungle-style bus, don't give a fuck, is way better than the leather seats and the poles and, the fancy whatever. The way Drake does it, I guess. No. F that. Drake. See, I don't even know if we can swear, dude, because we're going to be on YouTube now. I don't know if that's legit or not.
Okay, well, get yourself another fucking partner. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. So, just to keep everyone, keep the train moving in the right direction, we get to Bet Bash. There's an outcry of support. We have a phenomenal time there. Hats off to Spanky and his crew for putting together another incredible event. Godfather, you've missed Bet Bash 2, Bet Bash 3. You're going to be at Bet Bash 4, guaranteed. So, get ready because, man, oh man, it is an endurance test. I fucked up again, by the way. You heard about my story at the Golden Nugget? No, I you know what? I never gave you the details.
All I know is you were in the hallway in your fucking jockeys and you're basically, somebody please help me to get back in my room. That's what I know.
I'll give you a quick synopsis of what happened. So we go out one night. We were out drinking with one of our buddies that was in town for a billiards tournament. All right, shout out to Ari the Greek. He was my neighbor, Greek people number one. You know it.
Yeah.
So he's in Vegas. He's never been to Vegas before with us, and he's never been to Fremont Street before. So you know what Fremont Street is like, Godfather.
Yes.
So we're having some drinks. We were drinking with our mutual buddy. Shout out to our buddy Brian DeFranco. We were having drinks with him, and he made the smart move to get away from us. He said, "You know what? It's a long.
Absolutely.
There's an event tomorrow. It's a long week. I'm just gonna take it easy tonight." He did the smart thing. What us dummies did, we went out and had a soiree on Fremont Street. There were different people coming and going. We got into the gummies. We got into some other shit. Lots of booze, lots of shots. That other shit is not cocaine, by the way, if that's what you're thinking. I've never done cocaine in my life. Did you know that?
Whatever. Keep moving.
Can you say the same?
I don't fucking do cocaine. What's the matter with you? Let's go.
Anyways, so we have a night. I go back to my room at the end of the night. The full dog, I remember him saying, like, was I that fucked up? And he's like, no, I don't think you were that bad. But I don't remember going back to my room. So I go back to my room. I fucking pass out. Everything's all good. I guess a few hours later I get up. I have to go to the fucking bathroom. Yeah, so I get up out of my bed.
With the bathroom, of course.
I get up out of my bed. The bathroom is a hard right out of the bed. Hard right. I went straight. Wrong directions. I didn't have the GPS out. Fucked it up. I go straight through the door that led me outside my room. And
You
then
left your room.
the
How
door,
has
closes,
that got anything
door
to
closes
do
behind
with
me.
GPS? That's
Dude,
the problem with your generation. Soft. You don't have a GPS. You don't know how to fucking get out of your room. You left the room, and then you go on social media looking for attention.
No attention. I was trying to take a fucking leak. So now I'm outside in the hallway of the Golden Nugget in my boxer shorts. I think it's the bathroom. I do what I need to do, and then for the next 10 minutes, like I can't figure it out. I'm sleepwalking. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
What?
You said, I think it's the bathroom. I do what I gotta do. You're not suggesting what that sounds like.
I'm letting people draw their own conclusions. I'm not saying anything more because I don't want to get myself in fucking trouble. Like, what are you talking about?
Disgust. Okay, go ahead.
So, but now I'm standing outside my door. It clicked behind me, and I'm waving. I'm waving at the little I think it's a motion detector. I'm waving to try to get back into my room, but obviously I need my card. So now I figured out. I start to wake up a little bit. I'm like, holy shit, I'm screwed here. I'm in my boxers. I have no key. I have two options. I lie down in the fetal position and hope somebody finds me, which I almost did. I was that close. But then I came to myself. I'm like, no, I got to go to the front desk. I got to go to the fucking front desk. So I start walking down the hallway of the Golden Nugget in my boxer shorts. And luckily, right before the elevators, there's vending machines and a telephone that says emergency on it. So I'm like, wow, this has got to be an emergency. This has got to count for emergency.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the phone's there for. I pick it up. I don't know who the hell it called, but some lady picked up and how can I help you? And I'm like, listen, I'm very embarrassed, but I locked myself out of my room and I'm talking to you from the hallway. I'm in my boxer shorts. I don't know what else to say. And her reaction was, okay, what floor are you on? No idea. No clue. She goes, I can see you're calling me. I think it was the 10th floor. I'm like, yeah, 10th floor sounds, yeah, that's it. So they're like, okay, we'll send somebody up. Well, I walk back to my door, and what do? I just stand there, vulnerable. Nobody shows up. It felt like an hour went by. It was probably 10 minutes, whatever. I walk back to the phone. I call them again. I said, nobody showed up. She's like, yes, sir, don't worry, someone's on their way. I walk back to my door. And then back again to the phone a third time because no one showed up. She goes, yes, sir. Yes, somebody is on their way, I can assure you.
3 times you called this poor lady?
3 times. 3 times, yes. So then I go back to the door, and then finally a security guard shows up in like full riot gear. Bulletproof vest, fucking goggles on.
He should have kicked your ass. That would have been the
And
problem.
he just looks me up and down, shakes his head. He goes, which door? I point to the door. He opens it up. Go get your ID. I go get my ID. I have to show it to him. He's like, I suggest you get some sleep, sir. Okay. And that was like night 2 of Bet Bash. And because of this unfortunate incident, beyond my control, I zigged when I should have zagged coming out my hotel room. I missed the scavenger hunt the next morning, which I think did myself... It was a blessing in disguise because apparently people were all over Fremont Street searching for clues for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, and you let our mutual friend win 10K. Don't get me started on this.
The Godfather actually gave me shit about that. He's like, you let Plus EV beat you? You let Plus EV walk away with cold hard cash? And what are you? You're in a bed sleeping a hangover off? Unbelievable. But you know what? That guy thrives in environments like that. You know, knowing Plus EV probably knew he had to perform the next day, and he was probably in bed by 8 o'clock.
He probably pre-scouted Fremont Street to win, without question.
Anyways, yeah. So, again, phenomenal event, a Bet Bash. It was incredible. So, when we were at Bet Bash, right, I was approached there by an individual that is very good at what he does in the sports betting space. And he offered me something that it really caught my attention. Right, this person's going to remain anonymous. I'm sure
Mhm.
he's probably watching this, so shout out to him. And but yeah, we're going to keep it anonymous because it is not really our business to tell.
No.
And my response was, you know what? Let me go back to Toronto. I'm going to meet up with the Godfather, and if the Godfather can give me a hand with this new betting project, then I will. I will get back to you. I'll let you know. So we finished up Bet Bash. I flew back to Toronto, and the Godfather sends me an invitation. Very, very vague invitation. Very sketch. You know, I thought it was sketch. Like, Pisk.
I don't do anything sketch.
You're the Godfather. Everything's in code. Everything's hush hush, wink wink, nudge nudge.
Yeah.
So
You,
I
you
don't know.
think
He gives me an address.
I
Let
give
me.
you an address.
He gave me an address up in fuck, where
Grand
was it?
Bend. See,
Grand Bend, Ontario. I've never been there before. Grand Bend.
me
Best
neither.
show up. Don't worry about it. I got a story to tell you when you get here. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, man. Like Grand Bend, what is this place? Like, is it a restaurant? Is it cottage? Like overnight? Bring an overnight back. You're gonna stay a couple nights. What the fuck? Maybe, you know, I couldn't figure. I thought one of your buddies maybe had a place like that because I know one of your good buddies has a nice
Yeah,
cottage in Saint Sauveur,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I will turn it over to you, and then we'll talk about how our discussion went there. But what the hell happened? Where did you send me?
Well, I was able to do a little bit of a familia week trip. I thought I'd
Okay,
include you
I appreciate that.
because you put out a tweet and a social media post. Hey, everybody, look at me. I'm having beer and pretzels in Munich. Munich? What the fuck's this guy doing going to Germany? And then, hey, everybody, look at me. Greece #1. I'm in Greece. Oh, you went to Greece. That's nice. Hey, Pisk, how long you in Greece for? 5 weeks, Godfather. 5 weeks.
It was 3 weeks. Okay, settle down.
5 weeks.
It was
Of your
3 weeks.
movements. It was over. It was 4 weeks. Okay, we'll agree in the middle. Okay, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, when are you coming back? Then you give me a date in August, and I know it's a day and a half before Bet Bash, and then you're there in Vegas for a week. So anyway, back to my Grand Bend thing. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow, I entered an online contest back in February. It was a family day contest for VRBO.
VRBO
The
for the people like
v,
me that didn't know what the hell
yeah,
you were talking about when you said Verbo.
Villa
Yeah.
rental by owner. I enter this contest. Why not? Never won Stugats. I'll enter this contest. End of end of March, early April, I get an email, and you know how untrusting I am of all emails that people send me, unless it's from you or my wife. I get this email from VRBO. Hello, Mr. Godfather. You are the lucky winner of our Family Day Canada contest. I shut the
Come
email down and
on.
I shut it down and I didn't read it for 1 week. I left it in my inbox for 1 week. I didn't tell nobody.
You must have thought it was a scam. 100%.
Absolutely, 100%. Are you
Like
fucking kidding me?
who gets shit like this?
Who gets shit like that? And
Not
then,
you. Not you.
not me. 1 week later, I open up the email again. And I'm reading it. Holy Jesus Christ. The thing looks legit. Then I started reading the actual prize, and the actual prize was pick a villa anywhere on the VRBO network, anywhere in the world,
Anywhere in the world, yeah.
anywhere in the world, $5,000 US value to stay on us. I said, no, c'est impossible. This can't be. I don't win. No, can't be. I go, these guys. I said, oh, I get it. They're going to ask me for a credit card or something, my bank account. Now they're going to squeeze me dry. No, I leave it alone for another month. 1 month later, I
Dude,
show my
you know what?
wife.
I'm going to jump in here and say I am shocked that you did not send it to me, because the amount of fucking crypto messages and emails that I've gotten from you over the years, hey, Peps, this legit? And every single time, it's the prince in Nigeria trying to fucking rake you over the coals. This one I didn't hear about.
Friends help friends, but this one seemed serious to me, and so I had to keep it on the down low. My wife was like, no, I don't know. No, Mirabellis don't win things. Like, no, this can be. I go, so I start slowly getting into contact with this person. I get a person's name. I check her out on LinkedIn. I do forensic the stalking techniques. Anyway, everything is looking like it adds up. And I contact these people. They're like, is it legit? Is it legit? I even contacted your friend, the contest queen,
Caroline?
yes, to say,
Get out of here.
yes, yes. I tell her what it is, and she gives me a couple of things I need to look for. And one of them was, did they? One of them was they got to ask you a skill testing question. I'm looking at the body. Oh, fuck, there it is, right? And there was, did they ask you for your Canadian proof of Canadian citizenship? Yes,
Okay.
they did. So
Okay.
I send them this picture of my identity card, and I black out all the pertinent information. It's just my ugly mug, and I send it to them, and they say, "Yep, that's good."
That's exactly what you have to do with sports books. Yeah, I've done fucking 15 years of doing this. Sending this. Did they ask for a utility bill as well with the logo in the
No,
top corner?
they didn't
Making
do that.
sure you can see all four corners of the page? And
They
then
didn't,
rejecting it because it's too blurry? No, these
yeah.
people are easy to deal with. All right, so maybe we should be doing
So
contests instead of sports betting. Come on.
maybe. So to shorten the story a bit, I get a little bit more comfortable talking with these people, but I can't pick a place because I cannot get out of my head the possibility that I tell my family, and once I tell my family that we're going somewhere, we gotta go. And I just kept on having this nightmare that, we're gonna go down to Florida, we're gonna go to New York City, we're gonna go somewhere, and it's the address that I get once they have my financial information is a parking lot in the middle of downtown, and now I'm stuck with my family, and I'm out of pocket, right? So I could not do that. So in my own semi brilliant way, I come up with a plan that I'm going to stay in Ontario. I'm going to find a good spot so that if it's a scam and it's somebody else's house when I get there, I excuse myself, and then we jump back in the minivan and we get the fuck back to Vaughan, right? But
So it ended up working out.
it ended up being legit. I invited you because you've always taken care of me, and I like to reciprocate where possible. So that's
Dude.
why I gave you everything in code. I didn't want you to know nothing because you're
It
Mr.
was beautiful.
Social Media, this and
That's
that,
right.
and you're gonna fucking fuck everything up. So forget it. So I invited you out there, and yeah, as you can attest, it was
Beautiful
quite
spot.
legitimate. Quite
Beautiful
legitimate.
spot. Gaming room downstairs,
It
multiple
was a
bedrooms, the hammock outside, beautiful. And the Godfather did it Godfather style, where he took myself and the familia out to dinner every night. And dude, it was very nice. And now you told
what I
me,
mean.
no, it was yeah, that was really special. But
Thank you.
what you told me is that you didn't use the entire 5K because it was 5K USD.
Yes,
So then did they end up sending you a check for the balance?
correct.
Get out of here!
100%.
Wow!
Took a little
Wow!
took a little time because the TD Bank was like, "What you talking about?" I said, "I'm talking about you better make this fucking happen," and
Oh
it
my
did. I can
God!
confirm that
Well, you're lucky that it was in RBC because
that
I don't
that
know. I've
winery
had some pretty fucking
that
epic battles
winery
there.
dinner that winery dinner taken care of.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh yeah, the winery. What was the name of the winery that we went to?
The Dark
Dark
Horse
Horse.
Winery.
That was really nice. And your
Okay,
daughter's former
approved.
co-workers. One
Yeah,
was the head chef. One was the
yep.
head, I guess,
Maitre d'.
front maitre d'. That's it, front of the house. They took care of us. All kinds of extras and stuff like that. It was a beautiful,
It was
beautiful time,
wonderful. It
beautiful
was a
spot.
wonderful trip, and it was great having you.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. So,
So,
to wrap all this up, to tie it all together, while I was there, I sat down with the Godfather and his lovely wife, Nadia, and I told them about this proposal that was offered to me in Vegas at Bet Bash. And before the Godfather had an opportunity to respond, his wife said, yes, he'll do it.
this
So
happens
here
all
we
the
are. So here we are. So we decided to take on this project. I said that I would do it as long as I had the help of the guy I've worked beside since early 2008.
Yep.
And here we are. And here we are. So like I said at the beginning of this story, we are going to keep it vague because we have to. But it is betting. It is a betting project. And so the reason why we were not in front of the cameras was because of this decision, this turn, unexpected turn in my life where I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this betting shit anymore.
Yep.
So there was no way that I was going to continue this podcast, the Always Betting podcast, if I was not always betting. And I remember speaking to a few of our colleagues out in Vegas and telling them this exact thing is that, listen, I don't think I can do it anymore because I'm not always betting and I'm a genuine person. So there's no way I'm going to sit here and talk about betting if I'm not actually doing it.
Yep.
But now we're doing it. And, is it as big as it once was? Absolutely not, right? What I was doing with the Banfield group and the Full Dog was much bigger, was a much bigger scale. Now, I like to call ourselves, Godfather, recreational bettors.
Oh, absolutely.
We're recreational, right? We're just,
Recreational.
and for all the lovely sports books here in Ontario that have come to our beautiful province and, call themselves recreational sports books. Well, here we are. Here are two guys betting recreationally. And, you would like to think that because we are recreational bettors, we won't have any problems with limitations, with being kicked out, with being not given a fair chance, right?
Yeah.
Because we are recreational bettors now. We are not a betting syndicate called the Banfield Group. We are not that anymore. That we're going to leave to the side. We're going to leave in the past. We are just two fucking regular dummies. Regular dummies that make their football picks out of bingo machines, right? If you've been following any of our social media.
Okay. You do that. But yeah, let me step in and just confirm for our listeners that
Our viewers, Godfather, our viewers.
Okay, the fucking first time I've done this fucking video shit. Anyway, yeah, we're a couple of recreational bettors, and that have recreational better things happen to them. So Stuff like, I don't know, you're trying to put in a W100, W200 bet. It's not big, I don't think, but you get a maximum risk of 2750 come back at you. That's
Well,
recreation. That's
yeah, you know what?
way. Go for it.
So, speaking as a recreational bettor,
Yeah.
I am a little disappointed already in Ontario. So,
Yeah.
The
Didn't take
Godfather
long.
and I. So
Didn't
what?
take long. Did not take long.
No. The Godfather and I have been betting since, let's call it September 1st. It was a little bit before that, but let's call it September 1st. So we're about 5 weeks in, right?
Yeah.
And we've already run into some issues. We're going to talk about one of those issues on this episode, and we have a few more issues lined up for following episodes. So make sure you stay tuned, right? I don't know, bookmark or do what you got to subscribe. We need subscribers now. That's what we're going for. So should we move into that right away? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, okay. So signing up to all these places in Ontario. So here's a benefit, right? Because as recreational as we are, we're not stupid, right? We've been playing this game for a long time. So am I signing up to one sports book and just shooting? No, of course not. I am going to sign up to. I think there's 29 different operators here in Ontario right now. Last year in Vegas, I was dealing with 6 operators on the apps, and if I wanted to go into an MGM location, I could go and pick on their kiosks or whatever, but they would not let me sign up because I was Canadian. Speaking of MGM, like, you see that shit that's going, that big hack that they just had?
Yeah.
Is that nuts? Yeah. So that was probably a blessing in disguise that I wasn't allowed to sign up there.
Mm-hmm.
Because, sensitive information in the wrong hands, nobody wants that.
I saw you were a little nervoso about your BetMGM accounts maybe in Canada being part of the hack.
Well, yeah, of course, because I got a little bit of a balance there, and I don't want it to disappear, and I don't know. Yeah, and again, the whole identity theft and shit like that, like, that's not something you really want to play with. And, but see, look at this. Look at the irony. Would you call it irony? I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you have people that are so scared of the offshore sports books out there. I'm talking like the Bet Onlines, the Five Dimes, the Bodog. Offshore. Oh no, that's sketchy. No, you can't play with those places. I've never heard, or I guess I shouldn't say never. I haven't heard recently of any of these assholes being hacked and your information getting in the wrong hands. Right, the MGM is one of the juggernauts of the sports betting industry now, and they got it. So, careful what you say about the gray area of sports betting, because it's not as sketch as you may think.
Or if you get hacked, pay the ransom. Caesars.
I think Caesars did, right?
Yes,
yeah. That's wild. I don't know too much about this hack thing or what exactly went on, but I did get the email, as did a lot of my colleagues, and everyone's a little nervous about it. But the first place I signed up to out here in Ontario was PlayFallsview. So PlayFallsview, yes, PlayFallsview is, I guess, the online app of Fallsview Casino down in Niagara, and I mean, their site kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. It kind of sucks. And all of a sudden, I run into this limitation problem that we talked about. And as a recreational gambler, sports bettor, just looking to have a good time, just looking to shoot, I can't believe this is happening to me. Right? So I wrote down the stats.
You have stats?
I have stats from PlayFallsview. I signed up on August 27th. I deposited $2,500. On September 21st, I was told that my maximum wager was $80, I think. And there was a lot of people that actually said, "Hey, that's pretty good." They limited me to $8, but I didn't want to fuck around. You know, I could have grinded it out playing W50s, but I'm like, no, I'm moving on here. So, dude, listen to this, and everyone watching, listen to how pathetic this is. I made 20 bets at PlayFallsview. 20. My record. You would think with these limitations, you would think that I'm going to say something like 18-2.
17-3. Yeah.
11-9. 11 wins, 9 losses, 20 bets, limited. Your business is no longer welcome here. For a grand total of, drum roll please, I have that, but just not today, $539.73. That's how much I made on these guys. And they told me to scram.
Unbelievable.
So what are we doing here? What are we doing? I put out a little bit of a tweet. Twitter is really not my platform to let shit out. I much rather Instagram and TikTok. But I put out a little tweet. Like, how are these people making money? How? If that's what you're operating. But I guess, I don't know, people are going to say, well, Pisky, you've been in the industry for a long time, you're sharp, so they're getting rid of you. That's how they make money.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's like stopping, like, so somebody who's a stockbroker for the past 20 years, he can't buy stock? I mean, that's just not...
This is the only industry where the better you get, it actually works against you. The harder it becomes, 100%. and the worse it is for you, honestly. So,
100%.
I do got to give them kudos, though, because the payout process was very easy. I was Interac e-transfer in, Interac e-transfer out, and it took less than a day. So, $3K back into my bank account, no problem. All of a sudden, I go into the account just to, take a... Because I wanted to get the stats for the podcast. And I noticed there's $100 balance left in the account.
At Fallsview.
At Fallsview, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I swore I took everything out. So I look into it a little deeper, and it was a match bonus, like a deposit match bonus. So you go in, and they give you $100 bonus, up to $100 or whatever, but you can only play it on slot machines. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's random afternoon, sitting around the house. I said, well, I got to use this thing. So I get into these fucking online slot machines. Like, is there a bigger degenerate move? Like, this is wild. But again, it's like I have to use it. So, so I'm in there. I'm bouncing around. Wheel of Fortune, piggy bank, whatever. And then those Oompa Loompa ones, I'm telling you, my friend Snorky is a shark at those things. Oh man, I met a slot pro at Bet Bash, by the way. Shout out to T-Bone. We'll talk about him in a later episode, but this guy is a beauty. Oh my god, what a dude. But anyway, so now he's gonna love this story, by the way. So I start going through. I start pulling the virtual one-arm bandits. And I noticed how much time it's wasting, so I'm like, fuck this. $100? All right, let's go. $10 a spin. I got 10 spins to turn this into something. Okay? Bing, bang, boom, lose. All of a sudden...
Get out of here. Come. What?
What do you think of this?
Are you serious? Hey, stakes are on you, mofo.
What stake is this on?
Listen to
Come on.
What the fuck?
Unbelievable.
A mega win.
Oh my god.
What do you think of that, Godfather?
Fuck.
That's amazing. Look at what? It's continuing to go.
Okay, now you gotta try and get it.
Oh my goodness. Look at this guy.
Is that wild or is that wild?
And you talk about me not telling you stuff. Look at that.
So, T-Bone my friend from Colorado, you may be the slot guy on the ground, but I'm the virtual slot guy, okay?
Wow. Turns
Is that wild?
That's amazing.
Dude, I could not believe it. And I'm like, okay, so what's the rollover on this shit? Is it like 35 times? Like, do I gotta be playing, online slots for the next 30 days straight? I got onto chat. I found out that it was a 10-time rollover. So I had some work to do. So I went in there and I'm going around and I'm trying to complete this rollover as quick as I can. I got it done. Done, but obviously I lost some because they're not just gonna hand it. But dude, 1,300 I was able to pull out from that.
That's awesome.
Is that ridiculous or what?
That is awesome. Don't get me started now that we're back to doing the podcast. Don't get me started on these fucking rollover requirements. Viewers,
so, there's a lesson to be learned here.
Okay. Go ahead. The
lesson, and to you as well, Godfather, because I know you've made some deposits. I know you've been swinging here in Ontario. You always have to pay attention to the bonuses. Usually I don't, because bonuses are just a way to tie up your cash, right? Yep. A lot of times. Okay, so when I was doing all the heavy lifting with Banfield Group and the Full Dog, I kind of avoided bonuses a lot of times because what they would do is like, yeah, you have a 10-time bonus rollover, but you're limited now, so you can only do it at $20 a pop.
That's how they get you. That's just
exactly.
Criminal.
So I've always ignored it. But if they're giving you shit like this, make sure you use it. Make sure, because you never know. Something like this, you turn $100 into 1,500. By the time I pulled, it was 1,300, and right into my bank. No problem. One day, no ID, no nothing. I don't know how. I probably shouldn't have just said that ID part because now they're probably going to give people the gears. But quick, easy in and out. So yes, I've been holding on to this since September 21st. And I guess, we got to take our ladies out and show them a nice soiree because that is just pure dumb luck. That is just pure stupid. Right? And I guess... as a recreational gambler, recreational sports bettor now, maybe we gotta press and get into some of these online casinos and DraftKings, MGM, and all the other places that I've signed up to. But yes, so make sure you look into your bonuses. And Godfather, I know you signed up to, was it MyBookie? MyBookie, you have an account at?
Yeah.
And I remember they had a pretty juicy free play, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So just make sure you're using that shit because you never know. And especially if it's free spins, even if it's free spins at a casino, why not? Like, as long as you don't think that you're going to, that's going to be a regular source of income for you now going forward.
No.
Right?
No. You shouldn't make that mistake. And another mistake, or how about this little tidbit of advice? Don't take any bonus. There are some sites that give you the option, open your account with no bonus. I like those accounts.
Yeah.
No bonus. Yeah. I don't got to worry about...
No problems. No problems. You had another bonus problem that we're going to talk about next episode.
We're going to Yeah.
Where I actually got a timer at the top of the screen here, and we're 48 minutes in, so there's only 10 minutes left, dude. And we're staying strong to that. I don't want to keep people here forever.
Okay, you're the one that's doing all the fucking talking. Let's go.
Hey, well, fuck. Okay, well, moving along. So there, I got that. They're done. So Fallsview, I don't know what to say about them. By far, the shittiest experience that I've been through so far in Ontario. So they're at the bottom of the list. Eventually, I'm going to put out power rankings.
Just for some of our viewers and some of our new people that are going to tune in, let me ask you a question, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to say 11 and 9 and they they limited you. So and you made $500.
$139.73.
So what is it that triggers these limits at these books? again, like I understand that there's probably not one answer for it, or it's a combination of things, but it just doesn't seem logical to a recreational person like myself and other recreational people
Both
out there,
recreational now, yeah.
right? It doesn't make sense. Like if your story would have been, "Hey, Godfather, I was 18-2, 11-9."
Yeah. Yeah, I recently put out
11-9. You should almost be embarrassed to say those things. Like you just recreation. That's as recreational as it gets. 11-9. But
I know.
they still put the thumb screws to you. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, I just put some content out on TikTok about this, and a lot of times it's more than just wins and losses. Like, again, if you're a loser, you have nothing to worry about at any of these places.
Like,
But
what are we
if
gonna do? Everybody's got to bet on the Leafs.
I guess
Everybody's got to bet on the Raptors. Like, what is this shit?
it,
I don't know.
you know, it doesn't take much to Google search. So maybe, you know, some of the shit that I was playing, they're like, okay, this is a little weird. This is a little different. He's not playing parlays. Why is he always playing straight bets? Let's Google his name. This guy.
That's it for you. That's for sure.
This guy is associated with, you know, one of the fucking notorious, you know, crimeless godfathers of our time. I'm trying to be funny. I'm just gonna stop. I don't know, dude. And after 20 bets, I feel like that's a very poorly run operation.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, whatever. We'll get into that down the road, because I know there's a few more sports books that we got to talk about. We got data. We already got stories for you guys, but we're not going to constrict it all into one episode. There's going to be, I think, a different sports book every episode that we can talk about our experience in there. And I think that's good info. Because, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that ask me shit online about, you know, my different experiences at playing stuff, and now we can talk about those experiences, because our goal is to go to every single one of these Ontario operators and see what they're made of, right? With our recreational bets. So, speaking of recreational Godfather, we are. Well, I would consider it has to be recreation, because nobody does this professionally. But Survivor, we got to talk about Survivor. That's the last thing what we're going to sign off here. This year, I did not join Circa Survivor. I'm in Circa Millions, and if you've been following any content online, you've noticed this bingo machine that pops up weekly. The Godfather gives me shit, and now he's even tried to compete with my bingo machine that went 5-0 last week. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, and I went 5-0 to counter. Correct.
Did you?
I will not be. Yes. What? Why the fuck do you have me give you picks and I gotta post them online, and then you come on here and say, "Oh, did you? You know exactly that I was 5-0 too."
You're playing with fire there, because I'll tell you, like I got nothing to lose. It's not me. It's the bingo machine picking. And if that thing beats you, I'm gonna break your balls. I'm gonna break your balls nonstop.
Balls anyway. That's the fucking beauty of this. You're gonna break them anyway. So yeah, the bingo machine. I have disdain for this fucking new thing that you go get a bingo machine and you're fucking rolling balls and shit. Like, come on, man. Poor Jeffrey Benson. Come on.
Yeah, he's probably watching that cringing. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are watching it cringing.
I know
that's fine.
I know the method to your madness.
Dude,
you want to win a quarter with the bingo machine, and you're gonna go show up in person to collect with your fucking bingo machine. I know you. I know how you operate.
We'll see if we can get a plaque on the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame with Pisky's bingo.
Pisky's bingo.
Actually, I just want.
Good week last week.
There's a lot of people that have poked fun at me for using this bingo machine, and don't let it happen. The world, don't let it happen. If it happens, you guys are going to hear from me, and it's going to be really annoying. I'm telling you right now, and you included there, Mr. Godfather, because there's a lot of people poking fun. So
I only have 14 years experience with this, so yeah, I know. You're being annoying.
It would honestly be a phenomenal story, because obviously Surface Sports, where all the sharpest bettors in the world fucking bet. I show up with a stupid bingo machine. It's just a different way of doing it. I got enough on my plate in fucking football season. Do you think I want to sit there and grind out the NFL and then feel like shit if I go 1-4, 0-5? You know what I mean? And like, no, I'm not doing that. So we're going bingo machine, baby. And I mean, if this thing makes any money, and the reason why I did it, okay, because in case people think I'm just like completely lost my mind, I'm a recreational bettor now. So I like to do recreational things. This is a recreational move. Last year I missed the money by 2 points in the circa millions. And what I did every single week was I walked around Vegas and filmed. Anytime I saw someone wearing a Philadelphia Eagles jacket, boom, that's a pick. It's a sign. It's a circa million sign. Yes. Yes,
it had some entertainment value to it. This bingo.
Well, I don't know if I would call it entertainment value, because if you go back and watch those, they are extraordinarily cringe. Poor Brit. Like how did she put up with that? How is she still dating me? How?
I don't know how she puts up with you in general. Yes, that's a very maybe we do a podcast just on that.
So goddamn cringe. Anyways, that's why I did the bingo machine thing. Anyway, I'm having fun with it. So
are we talking about Survivor now or not?
Let's talk Survivor. Yes, please. 54 minutes in here. We gotta go. Okay, so we're not in. The pool that we're in is the Toronto one. You remember I told you guys, you meet the guy at a fucking bar in Midtown Toronto. He gives you a plastic bag, stinks like cigarettes. Yeah, we're in that one again.
I made a deposit for you there. Yes, go.
And we're in the mini one. I didn't join the 1K one. I didn't want that kind of stress. I'm in the $100 one. Easy peasy. Me and the Godfather. Let's go. So yeah, we are in week 6. Week 6.
They pay.
Yeah, of course they pay. I told this story before.
I know.
Midtown bar. Let's go. So yeah, Godfather. What are we looking at this week? You said, who did you say? We took Miami last week, so we can't go Miami.
Yeah.
And thank God, because I drafted that rookie that in fantasy. We haven't even got the fantasy. You're lucky. You got off the hook this week.
I don't want to talk fantasy.
But yeah, we took Miami last week, so we can't go Miami. And then you told me, what did you tell me today?
I gave you everybody we picked.
And you said 49ers.
49ers. Who else you going to fucking
49ers. 49ers at the Browns. We already took the 49ers in week 4, G. Okay?
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Remember my post with the San Francisco?
Oh, yeah, we did. Holy fuck.
We did. We already took the 49ers, so they're out.
We're screwed.
No, we're not. No, we're not. What about Sunday night?
What?
Down in Buffalo?
We took Buffalo.
Well, we did not take Buffalo. When did we take Buffalo? We didn't take Buffalo.
Oh, my God.
Dude, week 1, Baltimore. Week 2, Dallas. Week 3, Kansas City. Week 4, San Francisco. And last week, Miami.
Oh, I thought we took Buffalo. I wrote Buffalo to you, and you gave me a check mark. You don't fucking pay attention when I talk.
Sorry, I missed that. But no, we got Buffalo. 15-point favorites.
Said it and forget it.
Forget it. Okay, done. Hey, Jesus Christ, all this hostility. You're sending me San Francisco. I'm like, who are you even playing?
This is why, people, if you don't see me on video, this can't work, because this guy, it's in his DNA to piss me off, and he's doing it already. I told him I thought we used Buffalo. I'm gonna go back and confirm, because you do everything in social media. I will go back and find out. But if we got a Buffalo bullet, beauty. Yes,
Monday night. Like now, we are continuously going back to this Giants well. We are, we keep going back there, but they stink. Yeah, they stink. They stink. In Buffalo, a little score show right now. Yeah, that's it. They don't need to win by 15.
It is win it and forget it. You move on.
Forget it. That doesn't rhyme. You could have done better than that.
Whatever.
Anyways,
it and forget it, Ryan.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The Buffalo Bills are also a bingo pick this week. So, El Scorcho, if you want to make some quick, easy recreational money, Buffalo Bills, it came out of the machine. I haven't posted the video yet, but I did it already.
I was going to say,
well, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Little Buffalo Bills.
Whatever.
All right.
No,
I think we made it. Great news.
That's great. Great
Buffalo,
news.
locked and loaded. I just put it in the website. Let's go. Let's keep moving. And Godfather, we're at the finish line. The thing just crossed. Yes, the thing just crossed 1 hour. We did it. Episode 71 is in the books. And look at us two idiots. What day is today?
Today's Friday.
Friday. What's the date?
October 13th. Friday.
Who the fuck restarts a podcast on Friday the 13th? What the fuck? Especially now, we're recreational. We're recreational bettors. We need karma on our side, and we're doing shit like this on Friday the 13th. I blame you for that one. You're in charge of the calendar. I'm trying to be funny again. We got to stop this. All right,
your forte.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We are back. We're going to be in this